versus Rams, and simply, if I can just put my pick this simply, I'll just say Aiden O'Connell and Luke Getsy versus Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay. The game is as simple as that for me, especially with no Devontae Adams confirmed.
What's the celebration they do? Just move on.
Look, I mean, we can keep this. I'm with you, Pat. We can keep this game simple and short. Not only is it McVay and Stafford, it's McVay off of a bye, and he's notorious for being very, very good off of a bye. I think his ATS record coming off of a bye is in the 70%. So this is a simple game.
That's a great stat.
I mentioned it on the last podcast about how the Rams were going to be a bye team off of a bye team off the bye. I would love to buy me some Rams just based on their record, and I was hoping that maybe the Raiders could squeak by the Steelers, so we can get a more favorable line to come in and bet LA off of a bye against the Raiders, and that obviously did not play out. I don't love the value at -7. It opened up at -5.5 and came pouring in on them. So clearly some sharp bettors maybe had the same thought that I did. At -7, I don't know how much I love it as much, but definitely I think the Rams take care of business here. I mean, this is a simple handicap. It's a better coach. It's a better quarterback versus a below average coach and a below average quarterback. It's simple enough for me. Give me McVay and the Rams.
And I think they're going to be getting Cooper Kupp back this game, all just enforcing that I think the Rams are the play in this one. Probably take him as an anytime touchdown scorer. If I think for the good of that offense and that team, getting him back involved in the pass game, it might be something that he gets peppered with targets. And unsure, I don't know if Puka Nacua is back though, but I think Cooper Kupp is going to be a focal point in this offense.
Yeah, I don't think the Rams season is over by any means. I know that they're 1-4, but I mean, this is a team I think can turn it on. They're going to get some guys back healthy. I still think McVay is a top 5, arguably top 3 coach in the NFL. You still have Matt Stafford. They're not out of the race in the division by any means. With Seattle losing to San Francisco last week. So I think it's anybody's ball game in that division, and they can easily kind of climb out of this hole that they're in.
And to that point, I would love to see them add like a corner. I think they could use a corner. They lost Darius Williams early, and then they lost the second-year man out of Georgia. Forgot his name. Early on in the year. So I would love to see them make some moves. I don't think they care about losing picks. But yeah, I got the Rams, and I don't know is Christian Wilkins. He might not be playing as well for the Raiders.
Yeah, I don't know who else they're trotting out there defense other than Diablo and Max Crosby. I know Nate Hobbs is a decent slot corner for them, but I don't know. I don't know who else that they have talent. The Raiders just seem like a team that's just super decrepit on talent at this point, and
yeah.
We've seen that they're in sell mode. I don't think Antonio Pierce is anything special when it comes to game planning or getting the most out of his team. I think he's a great motivator.
He's got 10 other coaches too.
Yeah, and one of those coaches happens to be Luke Getsy. So let's. I mean, this is just I come to find in the NFL when it's a coach and quarterback advantage versus a team that doesn't have a good quarterback and I think doesn't have a good coaching staff as a whole. And the Raiders are clearly selling. Look, the Steelers fans, I know they travel well, but they filled about 50% of that stadium last week.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be playing for draft capital here soon, and they're going to need a quarterback. And I'm starting to kind of run out of reasons to take the Raiders to play meaningful football at some point here coming down the road. So I think you can only look to the Rams here.